Hey guys, it is July 14th. It is a Wednesday and the year is 2021. It is time for the daily news. Guys, as always, three articles in the description below. Please read them along with me. Guys, one is left wing, one is middle, and one is right wing. The sources they're coming from and I'm getting them from. So take a look and let's get right into it. Guys, I'm going to start with the middle leaning source today, and this is from a publication called Washington Monthly. Been around for about 50 some years, guys. The headline reads, "The vexing obstacle to police reform, a cop's miserable life. A deluge of 911 calls, little interaction with solid citizens, and us versus them mentality. It's breaking the country's police forces. A veteran reporter explains why the blue have a bad attitude." Let's see what they have to say. George Floyd murdered. That wasn't good for the police exactly. And there are a lot of bad cops, that reads. Yes, there are a lot of bad cops. It is not just a few bad apples, but something more uncomfortable. I'm convinced that many of them don't start out bad. Instead, they slowly turn bad because of the twisted, unhealthy conclusions they draw from their time on the force. It is noted, police psychologist John Nicoletti calls too much, too long, too many, too ugly, how to intervene in that descent into darkness. And too often, brutality is a crucial question, but not one necessarily prone to legislative remedies or a simplistic narrative that comports with either the Black Lives Matter movement or the police benevolent associations. There are hundreds of thousands of 911 calls every day that aren't pertaining to any kind of violent crime. And police just only see the bottom of the barrel of society, guys. What this article is saying is that they're saying that people join the police force because they want to help people, but in the process they end up hating people. It's kind of like working at Walmart in a sense, or like working at in the service industry, right? You do it because you want to help people or whatever, but you end up just seeing the worst of people and you start resenting people and you start not caring about them. Guys, I think this is totally a thing happening, that the police they don't like the people they're serving, and it breaks down to this. Personally, I think it's because they roll around in borderline armored race cars. They have full tactical gear on all the time. They carry high capacity full sized handguns. They carry tasers, they carry 3 extra magazines of ammo, they have handcuffs and a nightstick, and they have backup on demand, and they have bulletproof armor, and they have combat shoes, and they have a whole litany of devices for stopping crime. But most of what they're called to do has nothing to do with any of that stuff, right? So right, like I said, there's hundreds of thousands of 911 calls that don't pertain to violence. So they're dressed and equipped for violent, cartel activity. But the average person needs the police because, they got locked out of their own car. So I think that what's happening is people are scared of the police because they're dressed like they're ready to, SWAT someone's house. Or you just see them on the TV being dicks. And guys, I think this country does need police reform. Excuse me, but not in the way of defunding the police, guys. We just have the police enforcing these ridiculous laws. I'm of the opinion that every single drug law in the books is an illegal law as per the Constitution of the United States. So that's 45% of police arrests has to do with drugs. Stop that stuff. Just get it out of here. That's not, no one who's addicted to drugs needs prison time. They need rehab. They need support. They don't need to be thrown under the system or like George Floyd. George Floyd was on drugs. He's on hard drugs when he was arrested. He needed help. He didn't need to have his neck sat on. So that's our first article today, guys. A little bit about police brutality, and it's kind of a vicious cycle, kind of what we're seeing here. We're going to go to our left-wing article. This is Al Jazeera, and it starts, are your favorite fashion brands using forced labor? Subheadline goes, labor abuse is baked in the supply chain model championed by apparel giants. One labor rights researcher said, in a recent report found luxury brands are among the worst offenders. Global fashion retail's reliance on quick turnaround, etc., tens of millions of people worldwide. Guys, I'll let you read this one because we already know. I'll let you read this one, guys. We already know, but this is coming back to the light because it's coming out more and more every day. Guys, it's like, it's saying Alexander McQueen, Louis Vuitton. Yeah, your Louis Vuitton handbag that was $3,500. Yeah, it was made by a slave. So it was really worth $3,500? No. In fact, I would say it's almost criminal to own. Guys, we know Nike uses slaves. We know Apple uses slaves. We know every company across the board is using slaves to create stuff. But we still buy it. We still buy it. So what does that say about society? Maybe that is dependent on wage slavery for how it is. Because, guys, it said Louis Vuitton has slaves making their stuff. The guy that started Louis Vuitton, he's one of the richest men on earth. He's like top 5 richest guys. Think about that. Think about it. Who are the richest people throughout all of history? Slave owners. Slavery is still an issue, and it's because of consumerism in this market. Guys, no one gets a Louis Vuitton bag because they need it. No one gets Nike shoes because they need them. They get it for clout, to look cool. But your looking cool is funding slavery, guys. So knock it off. That's my ethical spiel about this Al Jazeera article, guys. Check it out for yourself because this is good stuff to read on. There's some sad imagery in here. It's just like sweatshops, Yeah, and there's a lot of immigration involved in it too. Guys, let's wrap it up today with our right-wing article. This is out of Newsmax, and it's actually from Associated Press, but it's in Newsmax, so we're going to call right-wing today. And it's 20 states support South Carolina in abortion lawsuit. Guys, that's a lot of states. There's only 50, 20 of them are supporting South Carolina in this lawsuit. And what basically we know that abortion, hot button, hot topic issue. We all know our stance on it already. But what's going on is this judge, basically this judge, she blocked part of a law. Instead, she blocked the whole law when only a part of it was being contested, and it really screwed up the process going through the court system. So they're getting re-sued, and that's acting in the anti-abortion favor. Guys, here in the article it says 90% of abortions take place in the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. But what they're looking at in South Carolina, let me find it in here, you guys. Make sure to click in, look at these articles, and make sure to like and subscribe, guys, and comment if you have any questions, if you have any requests for certain sources. Here it is, the South Carolina Fetal Heartbeat and Protection from Abortion Act. And what they're trying to do is that doctors have to perform an ultrasound, and they can detect a heartbeat. They cannot do the abortion unless it was rape, incest, or the mother's life is in danger. So, guys, this is an ongoing battle in our country. The privilege to get abortions. I'm not calling it a right. Guys, I'm not calling that a right. I'm not saying that because guess what? You have the right to life. That's what the UN declared after World War II. You have the right to life. Having a baby does not stop your life. Therefore, I don't really think you have a right to have an abortion. But on the other hand, the government doesn't have the right to get involved in these things in my matter, especially the federal government. So what's that break down to, guys? Get out there and protest for what you believe in. But at the end of the day, I think everyone agrees that abortion shouldn't need to exist. It shouldn't exist in the sense that, people should start families and they shouldn't be rapists and they shouldn't Be stupid. Guys, I'm keeping this, try to not be super long today. Guys, to recap, police brutality or police are kind of getting, radical. No, I'm not going to say radicalized, but they're getting bitter on the job. That's what this guy's saying in this here article. So check it out. Guys, this just in, fashion brands use slaves to make clothes. Who would have thought? One of the richest dudes, that's how he's that rich. And finally, guys, a lot of states getting on the anti-abortion thing. So guys, make sure to read these articles for yourself. Don't ever take my opinions. Form your own opinions. I just give you my opinion. And have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.